Welcome back. So, one of the cool things that we have here on the farm is our bank barn. That's just called a bank barn. And as you took a little walk, you would see that there is like a hillside here. So these barns were built into a hillside, and the reason why they built them into a hillside, it gave them the ability to drive their equipment into the barn here and also have their equipment down below in the barn too. So this is a German bank barn, and the architecture in here is just completely amazing. These people thought of everything to make their job easier. And we'll show you some of the features and stuff that they have put together here. So if you'll follow me. If you'll look way up there, you'll see a big old claw. That was for hay. This whole area here is called a hay mow. And this is where they would store all their hay that they had grown out into their fields. So here we have hay and straw, and in those days, they wouldn't have them baled up like this. They would have just piled them up in big heaping piles inside of the barn. If you'll also look at the grates that are in here, they're actually movable. And these can be opened up whenever they put fresh hay in here, because fresh hay is actually composting and it generates the heat. Look up composting and how it generates heat. But it does the hay in here. So these vents, they open them up to let air flow in so they won't catch on fire. Whoa. But in the winter time, when it's cold outside, they can close those shutters down and the barn will stay nice and toasty. So one of the other cool things that they did is your animals actually are down below. So there's stairs over there, but can you imagine carrying this big old thing of hay down the stairs? It would take a lot of work. So they developed these little drop areas. So all you do is unlock it, open it up, and you drop your hay down there or your straw down there, and you're not having to carry it. So it's going to protect your back, your arms, and keep you from tripping downstairs. So it's very, very smart that they did things that way. The only thing is when you put down there, you have to holler, watch your head, watch out below, before you do any dropping, so you don't conk anybody in the head. So one other thing here is I want you to look at this floor. You just think it's like a normal floor, but it's really not. It's called a thrashing floor. And what they did is they brought their wheat and oats in here on this floor and laid it down, okay? And they used flails, which consisted of 2 long poles connected with leather, and they would pound it. And that would knock all the seeds off of the plant, and then they would come here open up this door here. And this door is called a winnowing door. And what it does, if you feel, it pulls a draft through here and it will blow away all the stems and the chaff and leave the grain actually laying on the floor. And then here, in this little cool little building here, is where they would store it. Now the other cool thing about this here is also the farmer would set a big manger down below, and he could take hay and toss it down into that manger in the bottom. So again, another cool way that he's saving his energy and his back and other things, parts of his body and stuff that for later in years when we start to get old. So this door plays a very, very important part. Everybody asks me, where's the door go to nowhere? And I say, it goes to somewhere. It's very useful. And I think it's really an awesome design that they put all those features into this. Now this is just the top of the barn. So if you'll follow me, we'll go down to the bottom part of the farm. Here we are at the bottom of the farm. Now, if you'll look over there, yeah, that's underground. So it stays cool down here in this barn all the time. And then also, it also keeps everything warm here in the winter time. So here are all the stalls where we would keep all the where all the animals are kept. The barns are left open so the animals can come and go as they will. So to show you, follow me. Now, look up. Remember the door up above? That's it. So they're able to drop their hay here, and they easily feed the animals here down below. So it's a big savings. But if you look over here, one of the advantages of this is you can't smell it now, but this used to be their root cellar. This is where they used to store onions, beets, potatoes, and other root vegetables in here, and it would last them through their winter time when spring started and they were able to start to grow again. So, and then everything else opens up to the outside. But as you see, it also works out nicely that the animals have the option of coming in whenever it's raining outside, and they do use their barn. They love their barn. So in all, this is a very, very cool type of a building, and I have to wonder why to this day that we use just an open barn and then they put a loft in, so that you still have to use an elevator to get all your hay and stuff stored up there. So it's a lot harder you have to go to move your stuff around. These guys here were geniuses. This barn was built in 1886. Okay, so that tells you how old the engineering is. And look how good this looks. It is still with us and still in good shape. So kudos to these old pioneers way back when and their engineering abilities. I tell you, Ohio is known for their different farm structures. You could actually take a tour to visit those different types of barns. So I encourage you to do some research on bank barns. Maybe your family has one on a farm, but it has a very cool history. And one of the other cool histories that we have here is also the Dutch barns. So I encourage you to go out, see all the different kinds of barns there is out there, and do some research. Look them up, because there's all kinds of stuff on there. Well, thank you again for visiting. Bye.